All right. Happy Wednesday. I saw this video earlier today. This is actually really interesting. We're seeing a lot of growth, obviously, in the state of Florida, which some people I've heard this in the past, and I've lived in Ocala for since 1995. So that makes it, gosh, that's almost 30 years, 29 years. It'll be 30 years next year. And I've heard people just, love the quietness, love the landscaping, love the picturesque horse farms, and feel like, okay, close the door. Don't let anybody else in. When you move in, just, close the door and let's keep it pristine and all that type of thing. We know that there's been a lot of things that have happened, over the last couple of years as far as growth. And we've also seen pricing go up. And we're going to talk about pricing in a minute. I'm going to show you what's happened with pricing in Marion County, Ocala. But, something that really inspired me to do this video was this particular video that DeSantis did. He was live about probably, sometime this morning, I think it was. And he was talking about the growth. He was talking about growth in in the Florida area, right? Like that was something he was talking about, and he was talking about how the roads that we are basically seeing more and more traffic is occurring, more and more things are actually happening. And with that, when you're talking about so many people that are moving into the area, then what happens is you end up you end up having a lot of congestion, a lot of traffic. There could be some complaints, and we all know there are certain areas around Florida that it's a little bit more predominant. And basically, this particular video, which I want to show you, having a little bit of trouble showing you this particular video. As you can tell, I'm doing this live. There is a lot of information that he's sharing.
Has four of the five fastest growing metro areas in the country. The Villages is the fastest growing, not surprising. Lakeland Winter Haven is number two. Ocala and Port St. Lucie are fourth and fifth.
That tells you a lot right there. Like Ocala, Marion County in the top, five places in Florida and around the country as far as growth. And, you notice it when you come to Ocala. You've seen if you've been here for 25, 30 years, like we have, you notice the growth. And I think that bodes really well for people that are really interested in appreciation. It might not bode well for people that are worried about traffic, but really, if you look at that video, if you look at the whole thing, it was actually a 30-minute video that Governor DeSantis was talking about road improvement, expanding roads. So it's on the radar of the state, and they're planning on bumping up the road expansion by about 10 years, right? So as opposed to waiting to the mid 2030s, they're really moving forward on taking care of the roads that need to be taken care of in advance, because he knows that the growth has already happened and it's going to continue to occur, right? There's going to be more growth coming because of, whether it's the weather, whether it's taxes, whether it's, whatever, like pricing, whatever it is, politics, even. So this is what we've seen over the last 10 years. Actually, this is the 5-year chart from 2019 all the way to 2024. And, we're seeing movement. Let's take a looking at just about of the $150,000 mark to over the $250,000 mark. This is average sales price. So average sales price, or actually this is median sales price. I'll show you average in a minute. The median sales price, meaning the amount of homes that sold in that particular month. If you were to take, for example, 200 homes that sold in a given month, the 100th property, the middle property, that would have sold. So if you had the lowest price property was 10,000 and the highest was 2 million, the median property was 152,000 in January 2019. And then if you look at March of 2024, 279,000. So you're seeing a big increase in the last 5 years. And in fact, let's look at the last 10 years. What does the last 10 years show us? So median price and the big jump up, 86,000. Can you believe it? 86,000 back in 2014, January 2014. Let's take a look at average sales price. We take a look at average. This is Marion County, Ocala, Florida. And we talked about what DeSantis said about the growth that's happening. Average sales price, 118,000 January of 2014. Average sales price in March of 2024, 326. So that's about 2.5 times the number growth from 2014 to 2024 in a 10-year period. That tells you the amount of the sales price growth that we've seen. I think that's very indicative of what's going on in the Marion County, Ocala market. If you have questions, I'm the broker at Realty Executives on State Road 40 and Silver Springs Boulevard, downtown. If you have questions, 352-572-3796. We do property management, rentals, investment properties, vacant land, farms, all of that. So, and commercial too. So give us a call or text me if you have questions. All right, take care.